Hi, I'm Tom, CEO and founder of Tazio. We started Tazio with a view to using video interviewing to be able to allow employers to see what candidates were really like rather than just reading it off a piece of paper. Back in 2010, we were quite a pioneer, so we were one of the first companies in the UK, in fact globally, that were doing video interviews. From that point, we started to then further develop the product. So over years, we would develop and add additional types of assessments and tests until such point where we had a suite of assessments and tests that would cover almost any type of assessment or recruitment need. Towards the end of, I suppose, about 2018, we introduced an initial assessment center product which allowed assessors to record candidates' information as they observed them during the course of an assessment centre. On the system, they could put down their scores for different competencies, they could write notes, and then once the assessment centre was completed, all the data was stored in one place, which they could then review and compare candidates' scores to see which ones they wanted to take forward. And this rolled out, first of all, for the NHS, for their graduate scheme, and was hugely successful and produced some great results. Buoyed by that, we continued to develop that product as well, and that became part of the overall Tazio platform. Obviously, then we had the horrible events of COVID happen and the pandemic. This gave us the opportunity with a lot of employers deciding that they still wanted to recruit people, still had to recruit people, but to do so, they couldn't obviously meet face to face, so they had to do that virtually. So we were all fortunate, we were slightly a step ahead, so we had this online system that could actually be adapted very quickly and easily to meet customers' requirements to be able to assess and interview candidates remotely. Everything we do is based on the belief that every individual has huge potential. By allowing employers to assess candidates in a much more thorough and whole basis, so we're looking at the whole candidate rather than just what they've got written down on their CV or on an application form, helps employers find the very best candidates for each role. This is hugely important to us, and that's really what's driven us all the way through. And as we continue to extend and develop the product, we're always looking at better ways to enable employers to see and find the untapped and unnurtured potential within individuals. Over the last 14 years, Tazio has come an awful long way, but we know that the world is changing fast with the introduction of things like generative AI and ChatGPT. The way that employers are having to screen and review and assess candidates is going to change drastically. We're very much at the forefront of that, as we always have been. We're looking to develop new ways to assess candidates more effectively and more efficiently, but ensure that they're not using ChatGPT to either cheat or game their assessment and get jobs that maybe they're not best qualified for. All of this has been underpinned by our core values, which obviously we'll talk about in another video. But these really do drive our business. At the heart of what we do, it's around trying to identify the real, true potential of each individual so an employer can match them to the right role at the right time.